Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Made by Canna. I'm Canna and today we're going to make the super cute RJ Army Bomb cover. And it's got all the fluffs of RJ. Super cute. And I'm very excited to show you today. To make this, you will need a 4.5mm hook. I crochet quite tightly, so I use 4.5. If you tend to crochet loosely, then you may want to use a 4mm hook. You need a pair of scissors and tapestry needle and some white and red colored yarn. Okay, let's get started. So there's one, two, three, four parts to this cover. We start with the main body of, I guess this is the head. We'll call this the head piece of the cover, and then next we do the neck. This is the part that goes around the army bomb handle. Then we will make the ears, and then the little red handkerchief. Super cute. Okay, so we're gonna chain 33 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 chains. And then we're going to do, so this beginning part, we're working in rows. And typically people like to chain one and turn. It's my habit of not doing that. I just go directly into the next. When I turn, I just go right into that first stitch. But with the chain, we chain 33. Now we're going to do 32 single crochets. So we go into the second loop from the hook. So this is the first one, this is the second one. I'm going to do 32 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. And this last 32 stitch, before finishing off the single crochet, I use the tail and pull the tail out of that stitch, so it kind of comes out of that stitch. I just like to do that to hide the tail, so I don't have so many ends to sew in later. So this is that last stitch. I'm not going to chain one, I just turned, and I'm going to go straight into that first stitch, and I'm going to crochet over the tail to hide it. And now we're going to do 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're gonna do an increase. and repeat that along the entire row. So 7 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an increase. I think I've carried this tail long enough, so I'm just going to drop that. And then another 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an increase. Oopsies. And then the last set, repeat 7 single crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an increase. Okay. Now we're going to turn. You can pull that to straighten it out. Next we're going to do this row, we're going to do puff stitches. And a puff stitch is essentially double crochets that are crocheted together. I think that's what that is. I will show you. First we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to do a puff stitch in the next stitch. So you yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch, pull through a loop, pull through 2 loops. Normally a double crochet you would continue and pull through the last 2 loops, but we're going to yarn over, insert the hook into that same stitch, pull out, pull a loop out, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. Then you're going to yarn over and do that again, and pull through 2 loops. So you should have 4 loops on your hook, and then we're going to pull through all 4 loops. So that's 1 puff stitch. And to complete the puff stitch, in this row we're going to do one of 2 things. We're either going to do a single crochet into that same stitch, or we're going to do a single crochet into the next stitch. So these first 4 puff stitches, we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. So we just did a puff, and we're going to do a single crochet into the next stitch. So that was a single crochet. Now we're going to yarn over and do another puff stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3 double crochets together. There's 4 loops. Pull through, and then single crochet into the next stitch. We're going to do our 3rd puff stitch. And then single crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to do our 4th puff stitch. and then single crochet into the next stitch. So you'll have these little puffs at the back. Next we're going to then we're going to go a puff stitch and then this time we're going to single crochet into the same stitch, and then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to do another 4 puff stitches, the same as the beginning, where we do the single crochet in the next stitch. So just like before, we're going to crochet a single crochet into the next stitch. And so this is our second puff stitch. And single crochet into the next stitch. And this is our third puff stitch. And single crochet into the next stitch. And our fourth puff stitch. And single crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to do that same thing where we did 2 single crochets, one in the same stitch and one in the next stitch. So do your puff stitch as you normally would. And pull through all 4 loops, and we're going to put a single crochet into that same stitch as the puff stitch, and then another single crochet into the next stitch. So we just did 2 sets of that. We're going to do another one. We're going to go 4 puff stitches. This is the first puff stitch, and single crochet into the next stitch, second puff stitch, oops, third puff stitch, and fourth puff stitch. And single crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to do a puff stitch where we do a single crochet again into the same stitch. We're just going to single crochet into the same stitch as the puff stitch. Next we're going to do, instead of doing 4, we're going to do 2 puff stitches, 1, 2. We're going to do 2 puff stitches where we go into the next, we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. So that's 1, and then another puff stitch, where we single crochet into the next stitch, and then we do a puff stitch, and we single crochet into the same stitch and then finish it off with a single crochet into that last stitch. If you found that confusing, that's the most confusing, well, I think it's the most confusing row. You should have 18 puff stitches. We'll count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Now we're going to turn our work. This row is very simple. We're going to single crochet across the entire row, and there should be 40 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Okay, that's the fourth row done. Don't worry if it's a little bit rounded, that's fine. So we're gonna turn the work. And this time it's another row of puff stitches, but this time it's very straightforward. We're just going to, this time we're gonna do the simple puff stitch in one, single crochet in the next, puff stitch in one stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, all the way across the entire thing. So puff stitch in one, single crochet in the next stitch, puff stitch in one, single crochet into the next, and so on. I always say this, but if this is your first time watching one of my YouTube tutorials, if you like this tutorial, would love a subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to post more BTS crochet patterns, oopsies, I made a mistake there. BTS video tutorials. Yeah, I just, crochet is my passion. I love crocheting. And if you subscribe, you can see my my next tutorials. If you like this video tutorial, would love a thumbs up. You can leave a comment if you've made it, or if you plan to make it, or if you have questions, or if you have any requests. I take requests and I always consider them, and eventually I do get to them and make whatever you guys suggest. Just a matter of time. but I really wanted to get this tutorial out for Army because of Jin's upcoming concert. So exciting. I know we have so many crafty armies out there, so making a lot of these army bomb covers. So cute. I love seeing everyone's pictures. Oh yeah, if you finish this and you bring it to the concert, please, pretty please, tag me on all my social media at Made by Canna. I would love to see your work and the good times you're having at the concert with the army bomb cover. Live vicariously through you guys. We're almost done this row. So again, just to reiterate, we're doing a puff stitch and then a single crochet in the next stitch. Should be pretty straightforward. If the third row with the weird puff stitches are confusing, feel free to slow down the video and watch it a couple times. I know that that part can be a little bit weird. And if you'd like to support me as a crochet artist, my pattern is on Etsy and on my Etsy shop and my Ravelry shop. So would love any kind of support that way. But if not, no worries. I know a lot of people, myself included, I like free patterns, so I understand. Okay, we finished this last stitch with a puff. Okay, this is the end of row 5 with the 20 puff stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Next we're gonna do 8 single crochets and a decrease. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, and a decrease. Last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, was row 6. Now we turn our work and finish the last row of this section, which is 7 single crochets and a decrease. Pretty straightforward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a decrease. The last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last decrease. Okay, so it should look something like this. Don't mind this, and we'll hide that later, but it's got the nice kind of circular shape for the army bomb. Next, we're going to do the cuff, the neck around the handle of the army bomb stick. So we're going to we're going to turn the work and do, let's see, we're going to do 7 single crochets across this end. So this time we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 7 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to do 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to, for now, we're going to work like this, and then when we're done, we'll fold it back the other way. We just have to make sure it's not twisted or anything, so make sure you, I guess you can fold it in half like this, and then continue working, and you want to do another 7 single crochets along the other edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to fold it back this way first. Make sure it's the right side, and then we're gonna slip stitch to join this. Okay, we'll do this. Slip stitch to the first single crochet and join. Then we're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to work a single crochet back loop only ribbing. So we just chained 6. We're going to go 5 single crochets down the chain. Then we're going to slip stitch into we're going to do 2 slip stitches into the chain down here. So skip the first chain and single crochet into the second chain, second loop from the hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to slip stitch, 2 slip stitches, 1, 2. So remember we did a chain of 3 earlier across the 2 pieces here to join them. So we have 1 more chain left for later. We're going to turn the work. So we're facing this way, now we're going to turn it and face the other side. We're going to skip those 2 slip stitches we just made. This is the first slip stitch, this is the second slip stitch. And we're going to work in the back loops and do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those were 4 single crochets, all back loop only. And then the last one here, we're making a single crochet around both loops, a regular single crochet. And then in this ribbing section, the cuff, we're going to chain 1. So just to simplify, the end of this piece will always do a single crochet around both loops, and then along the rest of it we're doing back loop only. So we just chained 1, we turned, and we're going to go single crochet around both loops, and then we're going to do 4 back loop only single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we had 1 more chain there to slip stitch, the first slip stitch, and then the second slip stitch will go into the first single crochet of this section here. So slip stitch into there. And then turn the work, skip the 2 slip stitches, back loop only 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a regular single crochet. And chain 1 and turn. Regular single crochet, and then 4 single crochet, back loop only, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 slip stitches in the next 2 stitches, 1 slip stitch, 2 slip stitches. Skip the 2 slip stitches and then 4 single crochets, back loop only. 2, 3, 4, and a regular single crochet, chain 1. So you just keep doing that until you go all the way around. Make sure you slip stitch there's 3 chains here, so slip stitch as you would these ones, go all the way around, and I'll meet you back at near the end of this section. We just went back down here and we're going to do 2 slip stitches, so there's 1, 2, 3 remaining stitches, so we're going to do 2 slip stitches, 1, 2, skip those 2 slip stitches, 4 back loop only single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, regular single crochet, chain 1, and we're going to go regular single crochet, 4 single crochets, back loop only, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have only 1 more remaining stitch, so we're only going to do 1 single crochet here, and we're going to skip that 1 slip stitch. Oops, what did I say? Single crochet. I meant do 1 slip stitch. And then we're going to skip that 1 slip stitch and then do 4 back loop only single crochets, 2, 3, 4, and a regular single crochet, and then we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to close, and we're going to finish this seam, and we're going to slip stitch through both loops, and then the chain at the other side, 5 slip stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to finish that off. So this is what the cover looks like. I'll quickly show you how I finish off this sew in this end. So I'm going to just do something like this and then insert the hook back into that last stitch, so you have kind of a nice hidden hidden end there. See that? It's pretty. And then, you know, on the other side, just weave in your end. Okay. Next, we're gonna do the ears. Okay. Before we continue with the ears, I'm just gonna quickly do a fit check. So insert your army bomb in there. It should be nice and snug, so that it doesn't fall off when you're using the army bomb. There we go. So cute. Like this. The lighting keeps changing, I apologize. So that's the army bomb cover. Okay, now we're gonna do the ears. While I have it on, when you go to sew the ears, we're gonna do it three puff stitches apart. So 1, 2, 3. Put 1 ear here and 1 ear here. 3 puff stitches apart. Okay. I'm gonna take this off. Take this off for now. And we will do the ears now. Make 2 of them. So the ears, we will start with a magic circle. And we're going to do 4 single crochets around the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tighten the magic circle. I like to use my tail as a stitch marker, so I just move this tail front and back. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 4 single crochets in this second round. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's kind of difficult because there's no increases and it's very small. Okay, move my stitch marker to the other side, and we're going to do 1 increase in the first stitch, so 2 in that first stitch, and then we're doing 3 single crochets in the next 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Move my stitch marker back. Then we're going to do 2 single crochets. 1, 2, an increase, and then 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and slip stitch to the first stitch. So leave about 6 inches to sew in the ears on your cover. So 3 puff stitches apart, sew this ear right about there in between the puff stitches. Embed it right in there like that. So make 2 of those. I'm not going to do 2 right now. I'm going to go ahead and we'll do the red handkerchief now. For the red handkerchief, we're gonna do chain 6, so slip knot, and then chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to do 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Usually I hide the tail, but I'm going to leave it for now because it might be useful for me when I sew it on after. And we're going to turn this. I'm not chaining 1. So we just did 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip the first stitch. I'm going to skip this stitch and do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to turn the work and then do 4 single crochets back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn our work. So that was 4 single crochets. We're going to skip that first stitch again and do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Turn and do 3 single crochets back, down. And then we're going to turn, skip that first stitch and do 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and then another 2 single crochets. That way. And finish off with a long tail, just sew onto the cover. Okay, so this is the little handkerchief. And I guess it doesn't really matter which side you sew it on, but we can just sew it here. So what I would do is now we can do it together. Use this as an anchor to secure it on the inside. Just leave it there. Sew that right in there. Make sure it's tight. I'm gonna add a little bit of a handkerchief end there. And I'm going to do this. I should have left a longer tail. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but it might be kind of cute. Okay, I did 3 chains. And I'm gonna do a slip stitch and a single crochet. Yeah, this is a very small tail, single crochet like that. Okay. Sew it back into that same spot. And then I'm going to secure this little pointy end here so it doesn't flop around. So you may want to leave a longer tail than I did. So instead of using this tail to sew, I'm going to use this initial tail to sew. So we're going to just attach the top edge of this so that it's not, so it's more secure. I'm just gonna do a very simple weave. There. And then on the inside, can tie a knot. And it's nice and secure there. And then hide. You can sew this along the stitches and hide the red tail. That's the handkerchief. And then put the ear on, and that's it. So we have the handkerchief, and then put the ears, sew the ears on 3 puff stitches apart, and you're done. Yay! Thank you so much for crocheting with me today. I'm Canna at Made by Canna. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I would love any comments to hear from you. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.